Hello, welcome back to Mass Effect 3, Legendary Edition. So, for today's episode, Priority Eden Prime. Cerberus has discovered a Prothean artifact on Eden Prime. Land on the planet to recover the artifact. You might be tempted to hold off on this one, but it's fine to do it now. Right. So Reaper alertness there. Um, you'll find out what that is in just a couple seconds here.
Signal confirmed.
There we go. So, yep, this is another planet that I scanned last time. There's this one. This one we actually visited in Mass Effect 2. There was a. Was this the one with the crashing ship? No, this was the one with the Javelin missiles, I think. Yes, Javelin missile. All right. The other thing in this system is going to be a. Perfect. All right. So I'm just going to get the Reapers here. Come on. So, yeah, that noise is annoying. So, what you're supposed to do here, once the Reapers show up, you leave the system and come back once the escape Reaper in the galaxy map. And then you come back after you've done a couple missions, or after you've done a mission or two, in order to have the heat die down, basically. So that's what that's what the game tells you to do. What you actually do is you come back in, send out a few more scans, try to find whatever it is that you haven't found in the system yet, and then
Reapers
bug back
evaded.
in. That's what you actually do. It's annoying. It is super, super annoying. Just that sound effect every time you pop in. So I have downloaded a mod. I will be activating it after this episode. That will just allow me to just extend the scan range, and I think I'll just turn off the Reapers because it is super annoying, and it doesn't even make it tough. It's not even that it makes things tougher, because it's not tough. It's just irritating.
Faster than light jump successful.
I just don't want to do that. So. Yeah. That jump is loud. May as well pop over to Asgard.
I found something.
Jeez. And you see how fast it shut up that time? Bohr, hydrogen, helium, blah, blah, blah. Bohr is a hydrogen helium gas giant with over 90 moons. The light of ionized hydrogen filtering through an upper cloud deck of sodium caused its striking coloration. The source of the ionization has not yet been confirmed, but Bohr's mass equal to 6 Jupiters and high temperatures suggest it may be a brown dwarf, a gas giant that gained almost enough mass to ignite into a small star. The Reapers destroyed Bohr's extensive helium-3 infrastructure, although wreckage indicates that the Sixth Fleet did not give up the planet without a fight. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. Nearly 100 corporations, human and alien constructed, teleoperated mining, refining, and manufacturing facilities across the planet. The Reapers immediately targeted these, seeking to cut off the Alliance's supply of hydrogen fuel cells. Population 44,000. All population estimates are pre-invasion. Capital Caldedale. This is a place I read all the descriptions in 1. We visited the system in the first game. Alliance Naval Exploration Flotilla. Here's Terra Nova. Terra Nova was one of the Class 1 colonization prospects discovered by the first wave of Alliance surveys in 2150. It was the second human extrasolar colony, and the first beyond the Charon mass relay. It once boasted of the highest population of any formally endorsed Alliance colony, but in recent years, threats of Batarian attack caused many to emigrate. The name Exodus Cluster became all too apt. The Reapers landed on Terra Nova after a brief battle with the Alliance's Sixth Fleet. Aware that it would lose, the fleet retreated in hopes of meeting with allies and retaking the planet. Intelligence indicates that the Reaper force here is tight, or is light. Reaper force here is light, and debate rages over whether to try to liberate the planet, or if such an effort would prove futile if the Reapers sent reinforcements. Population of 4,150,000. Capital Scott, 2152. So you may remember this as a planet X-57, the planet that was almost hit by an asteroid in the first game. Alliance Cruiser Shanghai.
Evasion successful.
Uh-oh. Beneath Loki's ice cap runs a naturally formed network of subterranean tunnels. These may have proven useful to Alliance forces in retreat. Nevertheless, any organic hidden here remain in peril as Loki's atmosphere is inhospitable and Reaper scanning technology is efficient. Alliance backup steams Delta.
Oof. Reapers eluded. Faster than light jump successful. Evasion successful. Reapers eluded.
Alright, give me a second here. Alright, I thought I'd downloaded the mod already, but clearly not.
Faster than light jump successful.
Alright, give me a second here. I'm actually just going to turn the volume off pretty much entirely. Just because, like I said, that sound is just so freaking annoying. I hate it. I just hate that noise. It's just...
Reapers eluded.
$250 units of fuel. Okay.
Faster than light jump successful.
Yeah, by the next time I play, I will have that that mod installed. No Reapers around here, luckily, so... I imagine there's going to
Signal
be another...
confirmed.
Here we go. Nothing there. Or nothing new in terms of the descriptions. Prothean data files. Useful. And this will be fuel. 200 units. Good enough. I believe there is one or two places where there are one or two places I think where you can buy fuel. For the most part, you should be fine just finding it. Alright. This idyllic agrarian world was one of the first human colonies established beyond the Charon mass relay. Eden Prime's fertile biosphere drew heavy immigration from the Systems Alliance and other human organizations. In 2183, Eden Prime was attacked by a Geth force led by the rogue spectre Saren Arterius. Commander Shepard, responding to the attack, encountered a Prothean beacon that warned of imminent Reaper invasion. It is thanks to this beacon, and the commander's quick action, that the galaxy has any chance of survival today. Although the Reapers rushed past much of the Exodus cluster in their plan to take Earth, it is clear the war has come to Eden Prime. Distress signals have jammed all available frequencies, fires burning vast swaths across the arable land, and its once extensive monorail system is twisted metal. Cerberus has much to lose if word of their ruthless attack on the human colony gets out. What they stand to gain must be equally valuable. Population of 4.2 million, capital of Constant. Alright, so major mission here. And obviously, not a lot of choice who to bring. And in fact, Liara is necessary. No matter how many squad mates you have, and we will get quite a few more, Liara will always come. If you put this mission off until you have a few more squad mates, there's one in particular. I mean, there's a couple who get extra bits of dialogue. One in particular that would be really cool to bring here, but what you get for completing this mission is makes it worth doing early. So yeah, I highly recommend doing this mission pretty much as soon as you get it. So I think I was saving up for Arms Master for him. Get the squad bonus damage.
Eden Prime.
Your squad.
This is where it all began. Where the Prothean beacon gave you the vision that warned us about the Reapers.
And where you went up against Saren and the Geth for the first time, no?
Yes. And now, with Cerberus here, Eden Prime's colonists are under attack again.
Yeah, back where it started.
Seems like more than just 3 years ago.
How bad?
A lot of dead civilians. Lost one of my men, Jenkins, to a Geth drone.
Reports said Saren had bombs set up to wipe out the whole colony.
Not on my watch.
Damn straight, Lola.
Cerberus hit Eden Prime hard. Whatever they found here was worth a major offensive. There are survivors elsewhere on the colony, but they killed everyone near the dig site.
They deserve better.
I know. The Alliance did what it could to evacuate colonists, but Cerberus came in so quickly.
If we find survivors, we'll do what we can. What about this artifact? Is it part of the Prothean device we found on Mars?
The Alliance didn't get any specifics about what Cerberus has uncovered. But whatever it is, it's better off with us than with Cerberus.
Yep.
Bringing you in as close to the dig site as I can. No way we'll avoid detection, but you should have a few minutes.
Understood. All right, everyone. Get ready to move.
With luck, we can get to the dig site before Cerberus knows we're here.
Luck is never on my side.
no sign of survivors. Come on, we need to find the dig site.
This was a beautiful colony once.
They came back after the Geth attack. They'll come back from this.
They rebuilt Mandoir. It wasn't the same.
They'll never forget. All we can hope is that they grow stronger for it.
Eden Prime isn't listed here, apparently. Here we go. Planets and locations. Yeah, so this was originally DLC. In 2151, as the first anxious settlers made their way through the new Charon mass relay, many of them wondered whether the reality of life on Eden Prime could possibly live up to the stories of pristine landscapes that drew them there. What the colonists found exceeded their expectations. The stable climate and compatible biology made the colony almost instantly viable. Over the next few decades, several million humans immigrated to Eden Prime, and a primarily agrarian culture developed. The new colony quickly became not only self-sufficient, but began exporting goods. Chief among these were rare plants grown from Earth's many heritage seed libraries. But in 2183, the colonists faced a true test of their character. Eden Prime was attacked by the rogue Spectre Saren Arturius and his Geth allies. Not long after, the Citadel was attacked by those same forces, and Eden Prime's neighboring world Terra Nova found itself threatened with complete destruction. Faced with such violence, a lesser citizenry might have retreated back to the safety of Earth, as so many colonists of Terra Nova did. But Eden Prime's governing body refused to give in. Not only did the colonists vote overwhelmingly to block a measure calling for the building of evacuation ships, they voted to ease restrictions on emigrants from Terra Nova looking for a new home. As a result, Eden Prime's population has swelled. Whatever the war might bring, its status as a symbol of humanity's future in the stars remains unblemished. In 2183, human scientists uncovered a Prothean technological artifact on the planet of Eden Prime. While repelling an attack by Saren Arturius' Geth allies, Commander Shepard's squad came into the artifact's proximity and set it off. The object, described as a beacon, sent the commander jumbled sounds and images intended to warn of the imminent Reaper invasion. The beacon overloaded during the process and violently exploded. While the vision it provided was dismissed by the Citadel Council as a highly subjective experience, since that time, the Council's Committee on Paleotechnology have analyzed the fragments of the beacon in an effort to understand how it communicated. What they found was not quite the telepathic technology that the Alliance Marines described in their reports. The beacon was equipped with a mass effect field generator to hold its subject immobile, a necessary step to minimize collateral damage during the rest of the process. The beacon then nearly instantaneously scanned the structure of its target's optics and auditory nerves, as well as many parts of the brain responsible for memory. Once its expert system determined the proportions of these key features, the beacon stimulated them with pinpoint electromagnetic and other irradiative energy, using powerful programs to recreate any images or sound the beacon required. In principle, this was similar to the popular entertainment device known as SimStim, but vastly more comprehensive. SimStims direct the senses, not the memory. The Normandy's medical officer noted that the beacon delivered more information over the space of seconds than a SimStim could do in hours, and managed to do so to a species whose physiology was completely unknown to its designers. To a paleotech, the fact that Commander Shepard needed assistance to decipher the message is a minor footnote compared to the Prothean's accomplishment, getting any of the message to Shepard at all. It is lovely. It's,
Look at that. Bits of Prothean tech sticking out of the ground like an old bone.
Hey, Liara, you ever find dinosaurs while you're digging around?
No, dinosaurs and other fossils would be paleontology. I'm an archaeologist. I study artifacts left by sapient species. The two fields are completely different, and... you were joking.
Hey, I just like dinosaurs.
So depending on who you bring, most of your squad mates will admit that they were joking. One of them will note that jokes have a specific structure. That was messing with her. So yeah, no more having to hack terminals to get the credits. Processing update. We've taken more able-bodied men and women from pacified neighborhoods. The colonists generally have accepted the story that they have gone to perform tedious but safe manual labor in a Cerberus research camp on the other side of the planet. And when we increased food rations as payment for the work, most of the complaints died out. Maintain the story as long as possible. We don't have the manpower to fight the entire colony. These families knew they were never going to see their sons and daughters again. There's no way they'd cooperate. Boo.
Shepard, this Cerberus data could help the colonists still alive on other parts of Eden Prime.
How?
I can get this intel to Eden Prime's resistance. Maybe it will help them fight back against Cerberus.
Do it.
There. That's the elevator that leads down into the dig site.
So far, so good. We actually made it here.
Goddess, that doesn't seem possible. It's not a Prothean artifact, it's... a Prothean.
You mean a collector? Those things the Reapers turn the Protheans into?
No, an original unmodified Prothean who's still alive.
Yep.
Right. That doesn't sound possible.
You saw Prothean stasis chambers in the archives on Ilos. The only reason those failed was a lack of power. Cerberus found this in an underground bunker. It still has power. He's been in stasis for the past 50,000 years, waiting for us. Think of what we could learn.
Yep. Pretty big deal. And obviously, Liara is going to be especially excited.
What can you tell me about the Protheans? The people, not the technology.
Given your experience with the Prothean cipher, you probably know as much about them as I do. The Prothean Empire spanned the known galaxy. They uplifted countless other species to help them join the galactic community.
Uplifted, huh? Like when the Solarians helped the Krogan to evolve a little... faster.
Yes. Judging by the dig sites like the Prothean Archive on Mars or here on Eden Prime, the Protheans wanted other species to learn. It's clear that they prized knowledge, growth, and cooperation with the rest of the galaxy.
Yeah, Liara kind of missed out on what Vega was getting at there. The Solarian uplift of the Krogans is not generally seen as a particularly great thing.
The way you describe them, they sound a lot like the Asari.
I'm certain I'm coloring their culture with my own perceptions. Whatever the Protheans were, finding one alive represents an incredible opportunity.
Good thing we brought our Prothean expert.
I hope I can help. If this single Prothean was sent into stasis, he could be the foremost scientist of his time, or perhaps the wisest counselor. Cerberus damaged the life pod when they excavated it. The life signs are unstable.
Then let's get him out of there.
No, breaking open the pod would kill him. We have to find the command signal that ends the stasis mode. We also need to figure out how to physically open the pod without doing more damage. Cerberus took over the labs nearby to research what they found at the dig site. That's likely our best bet.
Heads up!
Yeah, new enemy. That was kind of an accident that I got it like that.
Alright, let's get moving before more of them come back.
Were there any... No ammo around here. Used up a little bit more ammo than I'd really planned to here. Alright. So, 2 ways to go. Yeah, So yeah, the Nemesis is a Cerberus sniper specialist. Customized implants allow the Nemesis to withstand the crippling kickback of the M98 Widow anti-materiel rifle, turning a redoubtable opponent into a force capable of inflicting instant death. A suite of high-tech scanning equipment makes the sniper adept at maintaining cover, meaning a Nemesis is usually spotted only after opening fire, assuming the target survives the first round. Because of self-destruct mechanisms that activate upon the sniper's death, the Alliance has never retrieved an example of Nemesis augmentation technology. This fact, combined with Cerberus Force's penchant for suicide when faced with capture, has made scientific study of their implants impossible. I'll read more of those guys as we go along. Like more of the Collector or Cerberus forces as we go along. I'll read more of them as we go along. Along with start reading Reaper forces as we go along. Troop deployment update. Local resistance is heavy in the south and west sections of the colony. We've pulled most of our troops from the north neighborhoods to assist. All remaining troops in the north neighborhood continue standard patrol activities to maintain the illusion of a large presence in that area. If the locals knew we were understaffed, they could do some serious damage.
More intel to help the colonists. The more we find, the better chance they'll have.
That's the plan. That guy went flying. As always, you got to be careful of the turrets. They can, like I said, they can do some pretty serious damage. Okay, I think I blew that guy up.
There. That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to figure out how to physically open the pod.
Yeah, it's honestly not too bad. Um, Resistance information update. We've gotten word from our source within Eden Prime's resistance movement that we can expect an attack in our security center between 2200 and 2300 tomorrow night. They're pulling in forces from across the colony. This gives us the perfect chance to destroy their leadership. Once the attack is contained, allow Dr. William Cambiata to escape, firing near-miss shots to keep it realistic. He's given us good information, and with luck the locals will see him as a daring hero and the only man to escape the Cerberus trap. They might even put him in charge.
Perfect. This intel will give Eden Prime's resistance movement a real chance to push Cerberus out of their colony.
Is there anything in here? Guess not. Here we go. Medkit. So yeah, medkit's easy to miss there. So yeah, this is the bypassing now. Like I said, no more games, no more mini games. Which is a great relief. Yeah, things look bad. Biotic!
Victory! Seal the bunker! Acknowledged. How many have we lost?
Reaper forces have destroyed approximately 300,000 life pods.
Oof. Charred.
People.
Alert! Broadside bulkhead cannot be sealed. Hostiles detected.
Then all forces to the north.
think I can duplicate that to open the life pod.
You understood that?
You didn't?
No. All I saw was static. Cerberus was trying to make sense of it without success. The Prothean cipher you received on Pharaohs, it lets you see the images as a Prothean would, and understand their language.
Whatever it does, I saw the video, and how they sealed the life pods.
Perfect. Then we just need the signal they used to activate stasis mode.
Yeah. These ammo crates don't always have grenades in them. Some do, some don't. I think I did it. Check that place out. Oof.
They were gunned down while having drinks and watching the game.
Son of a bitch, this was somebody's home. Oh, careful, Liara. One. And somebody's coming from this direction, it looks like. Got him. Alright. That can be kind of a tough fight, just because of the, any ammo drops around here. Because of the turrets. You always have to be careful of turrets. Always. Even on low difficulty.
That lab found footage of the Protheans. Cerberus is studying it to find the stasis deactivation signal.
Yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, even on a low difficulty, even when you're just absolutely kicking ass, you genuinely always need to worry about turrets, because they actually can just tear right through you.
No matter how well you're doing, they can just absolutely destroy you. Cities look pretty nice.
I never thought our empire would fall. It won't. We will sleep here until the Reapers return to dark space. Then we will rise, 1,000,000 strong.
For the Empire.
For the Empire. Get to your stasis pod.
The armor here is based off samurai
Broadcast
armor.
the stasis readiness signal to all life pods.
And the refugees who have yet to reach the bunker.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire.
You understood that one too?
Yeah. I've got the signal the Protheans used to activate stasis mode.
Excellent. Then we have everything we need to open the pod.
Now we just need to get back there. Alright, gonna max out her fitness. Yeah, work on her. Power damage. Thing is, he doesn't really have any powers. He's got Carnage and he's got Frag Grenade. I'm not sure if Incendiary Ammo actually counts. He's not really a power user. So I think Shield Recharge might be more useful for him. So health and shield bonus, yeah. Alright, that's what I'm gonna go for next for
Backup forces are here.
oh, for God's sake. Alright, not so bad. Jeez. Yeah, those guys aren't too tough. The engineers
They've
themselves aren't
retracted
a
the
big
bridge.
deal.
We have to find another way across.
Yeah, the engineers themselves aren't a big deal. It really is just the turrets. But the engineers do drop turrets, so if you see an engineer, drop them fast before they get a chance to lay a turret. And I think I've got everything in this area anyway. I kind of like the Avenger. It's good. Don't get down from there. It's just kind of fun to do. I don't really bother doing that too often, the slide across cover, but it is kind of fun. All right. So this fight is not easy.
I'm transmitting the signal.
Perfect. It'll take a few moments for the life pod to process it.
Lots of bogies inbound, Commander. We'll have to hold this position.
Well, that was some giblets right there. That fight can be tough. Oh yeah, it's not over yet. One useful trick is actually to get on top of the buildings. You see that ladder over there? You can get on top of that building. Okay, that was pretty great. 3 dudes just killed by the same trap. And I got the Combined Arms achievement.
Looks like we got a second to catch our breath.
Wish my corner man was here. I could use an ice pack.
Has the life pod ended stasis mode?
We're almost there!
If anybody's low, there's a Cerberus supply cache in the building next door.
I can lay down a singularity to block enemy access.
we go.
Heavy mech, don't
Oh,
let it get close.
jeez. Can I at least get it to, can I get it to cover? Okay, this is bad. They don't normally drop down right there. Yeah, that was the bad spot for it to drop, frankly. That was a very, very dangerous spot for that that thing to drop.
There. You can open the life pod now.
Yeah, normally I'm not actually over there. Like, normally I'm still over here when the fight starts. So, yeah, the Atlas dropping right down here, that was probably the most dangerous spot for it to drop, because I ended up being pretty much stuck between enemies over there and a giant ass enemy right here. I'll read up on the Atlas another time. For now, let's meet our first living Prothean.
There, you've got it. Goddess. It may take him some time to fully regain consciousness.
Right off the bat with a biotic attack. Knocked us all on our asses.
Be careful, he's confused.
And not in great condition. Ooh, love this music.
Remember, it's been 50,000 years for us, but for him, it's only been...
A few minutes.
No, the bunker is falling. There is no other option.
There are pods online. Those soldiers are still alive.
Their sacrifice will be honored in the coming Empire. Preparing neutron bombardment. Get to your life pod now. Neutron bombardment underway. The bunker is secure. Commander traffic.
What is left of it? A few hundred people. How am I to rebuild an empire from that?
Further adjustments may be necessary. The neutron purge compromised the facility.
Clarify.
Sensors are damaged. Automated reactivation is not an option.
not shut off more pods. I need the few that are left.
How many will be triaged appropriately?
Like on
Be
Ilos.
the voice of our people.
I will be more than that. How many others?
Just you. You can understand me?
Yes. Now that I've read your physiology, your nervous system, enough to understand your language.
So you were reading me while I was seeing...
Our last moments. Our failure.
Javik here is voiced by Ike Amadi. Or Ike Amadi? I haven't looked up how to pronounce it. I should have. I don't know if it's Ike or Ike. But Ike Amadi.
Your people did everything they could. They never gave up. And I could use some of that commitment now.
Shepard, whatever you did got Cerberus interested.
Asari. Human. I'm surrounded by primitives.
It's not safe here. Will you join us?
You fight the Reapers?
Yes.
Then we will see.
Friendly.
A living Prothean.
That's correct, Admiral. But he's not quite what we expected.
Commander, our scientists barely understand what they need to do here. If the Prothean can help us construct this device, we need his cooperation.
Understood, Admiral.
We're losing colonies faster than we can evacuate. We've never seen a force like the Reapers.
He has, Admiral.
Can he help us?
I intend to find out.
Good. Cerberus slipped up and gave us a new weapon. Don't let it go to waste. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need you down in the port cargo hold. It's about our new guest.
I'm on my way. What's the problem?
I've tried to make the room more accommodating, but they're not letting me talk to him.
Apologies, Doctor. Contact protocol with a new species. Assume hostility. We had to dust off the regulations.
But he's not new. I've spent my life studying Protheans.
He's very interesting.
At ease.
Gotta give him that.
I don't think our guest will be a problem. Will he?
That depends on you.
Dudes.
I can sense fear in you. Anxiety and distress. The Reapers are winning.
What do you mean, you sense?
All life provides clues for those who can read them. It is in your cells, your DNA. Experience is a biological marker.
Then what exactly did I experience back on Eden Prime? That was a hell of a flashback.
The battle left its own mark on me. I communicated this to you. It can work both ways.
Like your beacons.
Yes. Which...
I don't think we have to see any more of that beacon.
You
that
found
vision.
one. You saw it all. Our destruction. Our warnings. Why weren't they heeded? Why didn't you prepare for the Reapers, human?
It's Commander. And nobody could understand your warnings. The beacon nearly killed me.
Then communication is still primitive in this cycle.
We pieced together what we could, and used it to stop a Reaper invasion 3 years ago.
Then the extinction was delayed.
Now we have your plans for the device. We're going to build it.
Device?
The weapon your people were working on. I'd hoped you could tell us how to finish it.
We never finished it. It was too late.
Then I take it you don't know anything about the catalyst.
No. I was a soldier, not a scientist. Skilled in one art, killing.
What was your mission?
Among my people, there were avatars of many traits. Bravery, strength, cunning. A single exemplar for each.
Which
Cool
are you?
eyes.
The embodiment of vengeance. I am the anger of a dead people, demanding blood be spilled for the blood we lost. Only when the last Reaper has been destroyed will my purpose be fulfilled. I have no other reason to exist.
Yeah, very much not what Liara was
Those who share
hoping
my
for.
purpose become allies. Those who do not become casualties.
I mean, yeah, that kind of has to.
Nothing in our fight against the Reapers has been that cut and dried.
Because you still have hope that this war will end with your honor intact.
I do.
Stand in the ashes of 1 trillion dead souls and ask the ghosts if honor matters. This silence is your answer.
Awesome. Amazing
We
line.
found this at the dig site. I assume it belongs to you.
It is a memory shard.
Could it help us with the device?
No, it contains only pain. But I will help you fight. And the last thing the Reapers hear before they die will be the last voice of the Protheans, sending them to their grave.
If you don't mind, I have a few more questions I'd like to ask.
Here it comes.
I've written over a dozen studies on your species. I've published in several journals that...
Amusing. Asari have finally mastered writing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a joke.
Never mind.
He's a jerk.
What do you wish to know?
He is such a jerk. Want to mention, so in the original planning, Javik was actually going to be the catalyst. That got removed. That idea got dropped pretty early on, in favor of him becoming a member of your team. Yeah, I'll do this, and then I will talk about a little bit of controversy around Javik.
We've never seen a species with this sensory ability you have.
It was common among my people, imparting experience through touch, the chemistry of life. Complicated ideas could be absorbed in seconds.
Sounds
That
useful.
sounds very useful.
We evolved
That's
as
what I said.
hunters. Reading 1,000 details in our environment ensured our survival.
I'm beginning to understand the beacons a bit more.
Later, we developed technology to harness our ability. Information could be stored in certain objects through touch. Memory has its own biomarker, its own chemistry, as do knowledge and skills. The beacons could remember these things.
Things like Reaper invasions.
Yes, I can still sense the turmoil in you, witnessing the extinction of our empire. The fabric of your being was forever marked that day.
Yep.
So, could you read something about this room?
There was liquid, a form of incubation. The DNA of a Krogan who lived here. He was powerful, prone to violence.
I'm impressed. His name was Grunt.
And if he were my enemy, I would have given him a wide berth. There is great strength in his genes.
Liara here would never forgive me if I didn't ask you. What was Prothean civilization like?
Yes, I've always wondered, what sort of government did you have, and can you tell me about your religious beliefs, or perhaps the...
We are dead now. What does it matter?
Oof.
Sorry. Studying your history has been a lifelong passion of mine.
When I was born, our empire was already at war with the Reapers. The first thing I remember was seeing my planet on fire.
Hell of a first memory.
What was your civilization like before the Reaper attack?
We were the dominant race of our cycle. We ruled the galaxy.
My studies indicated you were the only race engaged in space travel at the time. I always found that curious.
We were one empire composed of many subjects. All eventually called themselves Prothean.
What if they didn't
Like
want
the
to?
Romans.
They weren't given a choice.
Yeah, pretty harsh.
Are you saying you enslaved the other species?
Any could oppose us if they wished, and if they had won, they would have ruled. Many tried. None succeeded.
I had no idea Protheans were so... severe.
It was by necessity. Very early we encountered the dangers posed by machine intelligence. They rebelled against us.
We've had the same problem. They're called Geth.
We could not allow the machines to surpass us. It was decided the only way to win was to unite all organic life within our empire.
Did it work?
For a
Clearly
time,
not.
the Metacon War. We were turning the tide. Until the Reapers arrived. Then we understood machines had surpassed us long ago, in ways we could never imagine.
Back on Eden Prime, it looked like there were other stasis pods. What happened?
The Empire had fallen, and we knew our cycle was lost. We were the final vanguard, the best soldiers left alive.
So more of you were supposed to survive into this cycle?
Yes. Under my leadership, a new Prothean empire would have arisen. We would have commanded the races of your time to prepare for the next Reaper invasion. But traitors within our ranks, indoctrinated agents, betrayed us, and the Reapers discovered our plan.
Nah. Would have been it was a good plan.
Just out of curiosity, how would you have commanded us?
By leaving you no other option. You would have joined our army, or faced the Reapers alone.
We've uncovered quite a few Prothean ruins. Were you observing our ancestors?
Before the war, we cultivated species who showed potential. Eventually, you would have been offered a choice to join the Empire. But when the Reapers attacked, we ceased all study. We hoped they would see you as too primitive to harvest.
Clearly worked.
Thank you, I think. Is there anything more you can tell us about this device your people were trying to build?
We heard only stories. They said our scientists were constructing a great machine that had the power to defeat the Reapers.
You never saw it?
By that point, the Empire was smashed into pieces. None of us knew what the others were doing.
Well, if we don't finish it soon, the same will be true of us.
What can you tell us about your own war with the Reapers?
Many of the details were lost. The conflict lasted for centuries. Those that faced the Reapers in the beginning were long dead when I was born. There were memory shards, however, passed down from soldier to soldier. They gave us fragments of what happened.
Several years ago, we found a Prothean VI that called itself Vigil on the planet Ilos. He was the caretaker of a research project.
During my life, Ilos was only a rumor. It was said we had cities there, built on the ruins of a civilization before us, the Inusanon. If our scientists did have a research facility, whatever they were doing was secret.
Yes, Vigil said they wiped all traces of themselves from the records so the Reapers couldn't find them.
The scientists eventually went into cryogenic stasis.
More of my people survived?
No. But they did stop the Reapers from taking control of the Citadel in this cycle. It delayed their invasion.
I never saw the Citadel. It was captured long before I was born.
Kind of a shame, but Ilos doesn't really make a comeback in this game. I wish they'd... One thing that I wish for was a mission on Ilos, but no, unfortunately not.
How did your people wage war against the Reapers?
Attrition. We fought them system by system, planet by planet, city by city. Entire worlds were sacrificed just to slow the Reapers down. Time they spent harvesting a population was time we could regroup.
That must have cost you in the long run.
Yes. Our own people would be indoctrinated, converted, then turned against us. But there was no choice. Mercy is not a weapon. It is a weakness.
Why do you think your own cycle lost the war?
What had been our strength, our empire, became a liability. All races conformed to one doctrine, one strategy. The Reapers exploited this. Once they found our weaknesses, we could not adapt. The subservient races became divided and confused. Then, it was only a matter of time.
I'm happy to say our cycle is different. Most races cooperate, but they still remain unique.
Then it may be your only hope.
I mean, they lost because the Reapers were just too powerful.
Thank you for talking with me. I never imagined actually meeting a Prothean.
This has been amusing.
Oh?
To discover the most primitive races of my time now rule the galaxy. The Asari, the humans, the Turians.
There's also the Solarians.
The lizard people evolved?
I believe they're amphibian.
They used to eat flies?
That's a great line.
Commander, you may count on me. I am known as Javik, though I still need time to recover. The shock has not worn off yet.
I understand. This must be a hell of an experience for you. We're just glad to have you aboard, Javik.
And yeah, now we get to come in here. New weapon, yep, and it's a good one.
So much has been lost. So much has changed. And yet the Reapers are still here. For me, it was only yesterday. Our empire spanned the galaxy. Now we are only a myth. I'm recovering my strength. It will be ready soon. I require more time for the stasis to wear off.
Alright. Anything new, Adams?
Commander.
Nope. I believe that she has something to say.
Seen our newest crew member.
You mean the biggest story in 50,000 years that I can in no way talk about?
So you have seen him. Just wondering.
I don't think she actually has anything to say.
You know, in the old days, they didn't have automat on cameras. Reporters had to cake on the makeup. Do we need to talk, Commander? Let me know when we do.
So, yeah. Prothean. So, this was Day 1 DLC. Which is a pretty controversial practice to begin with. It's become unfortunately common.
Don't you dare. They're everywhere. You just get taken too. I can't just sit here doing nothing. Stay with me. Run. Get out of there. You can make it. No, I can't, Steve. But you can. Promise me. I love you. But I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve. No, don't.
Alright, not going to continue there. So yeah, so Day 1 DLC. Very controversial practice. Because it is essentially cut content. Like, it's essentially content that is cut from the game in order to be sold as extra. Not always, but often. That's what Day 1 DLC ends up being. Is content that was cut from the main game so that it could actually be sold as a separate thing. In this case, it is also like a legitimately big deal. The a Prothean? That is a big deal. So for them to cut that and then sell it separately, it's kind of shitty.
I'm coming to get you. Don't you dare.
Just want to mention, particle rifle.
Can't just sit here doing nothing.
Actually really good.
You just get taken to. Get out of there. You can make it. No, I love you.
Very heavy. Way too heavy, unfortunately, for me to use. But, after the Reapers obliterated the Prothean Empire's warships, the Prothean resistance was forced to develop weapons that did not rely on intact supply lines. The Prothean particle rifle is a stripped-down, powerful assault rifle modified to fire without thermoclips or specialized ammunition. Alliance scientists agree that it appears to share some principles with the Collector's particle beam weapon, although this gun requires a temporary cooldown period if it overheats. An amalgam of two different eras of technology, the particle rifle is still a deadly efficient weapon. So, just gonna pause while I do it. So, yeah, so something that's that major an addition to the story, for that to be stripped out so that it could be sold as an extra DLC, that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It was not, it was very controversial. People love Javik. Javik is great. Nobody has any complaints about Javik himself. It's just the fact that he was day one DLC.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve. No, don't.
Commander. Sorry. Didn't see you there. This is a recording from Ferris Fields. Months ago. I lost a lot of friends that day. I lost my husband. I grieved. Said goodbye, made my peace.
You were talking with him when the Collectors hit?
I was organizing construction at a remote station a few clicks south of the main colony. Robert managed to get outside of the field the Collectors put up. Instead of running, he called me.
I'm sorry for your loss. He obviously cared a lot about you.
He was afraid I wouldn't let go. But for him, I moved on. Or at least I thought I had. Then the invasion hits, there's no time. And the one thing I grab is this. I mean, what's the point of moving on with your life when everything is going to hell?
Start thinking that way and we've already lost.
Yeah, you're right, but... well, to be honest, I've never felt as alone as I do right now.
You're not alone.
You're not alone, Steve.
Ah.
I'm here. Anytime you need me.
I appreciate that, Shepard, I really do. But don't worry, Commander. When I'm in that pilot seat, I'm there 100%. I won't fail you. It's just the downtime between missions that's hard, you know?
I know.
I hope I didn't leave you hanging too long on that last Cerberus raid.
Just glad we made it out in one piece.
Been a while since I've seen a dogfight like that. Really missed my trident. ACM isn't really the Kodiak's strong suit. Everything is in order.
So yeah, also the Prothean particle rifle. Yeah, unlimited ammo. It has the same basic cooldown system as the guns in the first game.
I still can't believe it. A real live Prothean. Doc must be over the moon.
You could say that.
Doc.
I hear the guy's not all there. Exactly. Damn. I can't imagine. Brought forward 50,000 years. Last of your kind. That's bound to screw with your mind.
Yeah.
Well, here's hoping he can help us with the Reapers. Sounds like the Turians got hit pretty hard by the Reapers. So, the Turians want us to go find one of their politicians, huh? Nice to see we're being put to good use. Well, maybe we'll get to kick some Reaper ass while rescuing the Primarch. I'll bet the elusive man's boiling in his brandy right about now. Took that Prothean right out from under him.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
So, yeah, it's obviously pretty major. And yeah, so yeah, Cortez's backstory, his grief. Yeah, that's all very sad. No one here to go into any of those places yet. Don't think Chakwas ever really has anything to say about
Dr. Tassoni found useful information in the data you recovered, Commander.
Thanks. Remains of Reaper Destroyer. To avoid the risk of indoctrination, remote drones have been sent to study the salvaged remains of a Reaper Destroyer. The drones can dig under the outer hull, scanning circuits for technology that will increase the speed at which tech, biotic, and combat abilities can be fired. Alternatively, the Council has offered a Citadel-wide merchant discount for choosing the safer option and demolishing the remains. 5% store discount bonus, not bad. Power recharge speed 5%. My recharge speed is already pretty fast. And I'm not sure how much I'll really be spending in the store. I forget if this discount also applies to upgrading weapons. Yeah, 5% isn't actually that great. You know, like on a 10,000 credit item, I'd save 500 credits. Which is not great. Power cooldown. At the very least, this will let me, if I start using slightly larger, slightly heavier weapons, I can still... Prothean Notes, 2186, Entry 1. The things this Prothean must have seen. If they had the technology to preserve someone for over 50,000 years, no wonder they were capable of building things like the device on Mars. I must give him time to get his bearings, but Goddess, when will we get another chance to learn so much about their civilization? Attached. Notes on Prothean.
Hello again, Shepard.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough Data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship, impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
Guess what appropriate distraction means?
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Boom!
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
The best kind of distraction is one that involves a big explosion.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars.
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Should have talked to her earlier. Whoops.
A Prothean. A living, breathing Prothean right below me.
He's not what I expected.
Me neither. He was a little cold when I tried to talk. I understand the shock of waking up again. His species gone. But a Prothean, Shepard. There's so much he could tell us. It's good to see you.
Yep, it's, it's what she lived for. For half her life.
Those poor colonists on Eden Prime. First the Geth attack, now Cerberus. For what it's worth, our new crew member doesn't need a translator himself, but he shared a Prothean language tutorial program. It was apparently designed for servant races being inducted into the Empire. Charming cultural clue. Commander?
Yeah, it does tell you something about him.
So a Prothean? A real live Prothean? Has Liara stopped bouncing yet? I'm guessing there may have been some bouncing.
Just about.
Commander?
Alright, check the emails. News article on Eden Prime from Alliance News Network Information Partners. Alliance officials confirm a local resistance movement has successfully pushed Cerberus forces off Eden Prime. Thanks to my help. Cerberus attacked Eden Prime for reasons that remain unclear and set up facilities to occupy the colony. But after constant attacks from a united populace, Cerberus troops retreated. Alliance officials are sending in evacuation transports now to get colonists off-world before Reaper forces reach the colony. We owe this victory to the Alliance, Resistance leader Edward Crabb said in a prepared statement. The people of Eden Prime have always been ready to fight, but Alliance intel gave us the tools we needed to push those Cerberus bastards off our planet. That's a prepared statement. Not many prepared statements have the word bastard in it. Many Resistance fighters have said they plan to enlist to support the Alliance. From Javik. Walter is significantly more intuitive than this clumsy apparatus. I am limited in how many characters... Yeah, again, this was back when Twitter had its 140 character limit. After all my research, this isn't at all what I assumed a Prothean would be like. He's fascinating, but I guess we'll see.
See the feed from Paladin? It's brutal. I'm amazed the Turians are holding.
The birds don't quit when things get ugly. I'll give them that.
Yeah, Turians are avian. Despite their exoskeletons, they are avian. Any phone calls I can make here? Nope. Once in a while, you'll be able to make an extra call here. Either to Hackett or to Anderson. Alliance Spec Ops Teams Delta. Half of Team Delta's officers have an N5 designation, with a few N6 soldiers in the ranks. They specialize in conflicts outside Citadel space. Delta is known for strict admission standards, professionalism on high-stakes missions, and the Alliance's loudest parties. When asked how senior staff looks at their off-duty rowdiness, Captain Matthew Brown was quoted saying, "After the shit we went through in the Terminus systems, they're just happy we're not burning down the base." Okay, nice. Shanghai. The Shanghai's most important part in the Reaper War to date was the evacuation of the colony Ukbar. Alliance intel reported Reaper forces headed toward Ukbar, but as a cruiser, the Shanghai was unable to land on the medium-gravity world. The Shanghai's captain quickly dispatched all its shuttles to help transport hundreds of colonists onto the ship. Making over 41 shuttle runs in a single hour, the Shanghai managed to evacuate the entire remaining population. When Reaper forces arrived, Uqbar's capital city was as empty as if it had never been inhabited at all. Very impressive. In peacetime, the Alliance's naval exploration flotilla is used as a survey force to chart out new systems. The NEF came under fire in 2185 when several dozen service people were charged with withholding information on rich mining deposits in order to sell the locations to the exploration firm Barre Frontiers. The Alliance attempted to hide the controversy to little avail, as more and more officers were indicted. Eager to bury its shady history, the NEF has dedicated its entire flotilla and material resources to constructing the Crucible. Huh. Interesting. Eden Prime support. Eden Prime is an agrarian world producing millions of tons of food that is sold to less arable planets. The Alliance has set up supply lines from this colony to funnel excess provisions to its troops. Updated. A few researchers who studied Prothean technology on Eden Prime avoided capture by Cerberus. They forwarded copies of their work to the Alliance, hoping it can help build the Prothean device found on Mars. Although its military defenses were seriously damaged by the Cerberus invasion, Eden Prime's remaining government has loaned the Alliance several Athabasca-class supply freighters. And Eden Prime's colonists drove Cerberus away from their system entirely. With its shipping lane secure, the colony is sending out as many supplies and equipment as it can. And Crucible, Javelin missile launchers. Developed by the Alliance, Javelin missiles release dark energy upon impact. This creates devastating space-time disruptions, magnified warp fields that strip away a target's molecular bonds. Even the strongest kinetic barriers will eventually collapse after multiple impacts from these rockets. Alliance R&D commandeered several colony factories and now produces enough Javelin missile launchers for all dreadnoughts in the Alliance fleet. And, yep. Dark energy reference. It just gets offhand references in this game. These Prothean discs were found years ago on Eden Prime, recovered a few months before the discovery of the Prothean beacon in 2183. For years, the data on the discs was incomprehensible, until the Crucible's blueprints provided the key to understanding the equations. Locked inside the discs were theories on dark matter meant to be used with the Crucible's main power source. And
in recent years, the pro-human syndicate known as Cerberus has seen its influence grow galaxy-wide. The largely untraceable organization now includes private intelligence agencies, biotics laboratories, research facilities, and the lucrative corporations that provide a front for it all. Cerberus's charismatic leader, known only as the Elusive Man, drives the organization's philosophy and interests. The level of secrecy he maintains puts professional intelligence agencies to shame. As Cerberus grows, so too does public distrust of the organization. Some commentators have remarked that Cerberus is not so much pro-human as it is anti-alien. Others question the blind loyalty of its employees. The Elusive Man is a human loyalist focused on advancing the interests of his species, whatever the cost to non-humans and reportedly humans. The Citadel Council regards him as a fanatic who poses a serious threat to galactic security. The reclusive tycoon is the head of Cerberus, an organization that furthers his pro-human agenda throughout the galaxy. His views have led him into questionable alliances. Recent rumors go so far as to suggest that the Elusive Man may even have allied with the Reapers.
Yeah, plenty left in the Codex, and we're going to get even more as we go along. I'll try to do a little bit at a time. That one I think I've read. These ones I think all would have been in the first game. So I'm not going to reread any of these. Yes, may as well read this one. Although body armor and kinetic barriers provide significant protection for relatively low cost, technically savvy soldiers sometimes go further. Tech armor is the common term for a complex series of field generators that disrupt incoming force using a stationary warp effect. The theory is that bullets that would normally shatter on impact instead break apart when they strike the field. The field then bleeds away the shrapnel's kinetic energy. The standard design for tech armor traps the warp field between two low-yield kinetic barriers to protect the user from the field itself. When the outer barrier fails, the warp effect is discharged, potentially harming anyone nearby. For this reason, many soldiers modify the armor with a haptic-style light effect to warn allies not to get too close. On missions where stealth is paramount, this effect is disabled. Cynical soldiers joke that the design is called tech armor, because if it were simply called warp armor, no one would use it. The fortification approach uses high-energy batteries and superconductive devices within the armor to create a Foucault current effect, essentially a magnetic field that can immobilize metals, even non-ferrous ones. The field is triggered by sensors similar to those in a kinetic barrier. It is powerful enough to protect against most modern weapons, but there are drawbacks. The currents cause metallic objects to hold their positions relative to one another, and although the field only lasts for a split second, it creates resistance that can slow or fatigue the wearer. Without specialized training, a soldier can quickly become exhausted or stumble at the wrong time. And yeah, alright, so read some of that later. Organizations, events, locations. I would have read all of these in the between 1 and 2. So yeah, these are all just planets that we visited in the first 2 games. So no need to reread them. So that'll do for this episode. So pretty major reveal here. Pretty major development. But next episode, we continue the main story and head to Palaven as requested. For right now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.